If you're tired of feeling stuck in the simulation and the rat race and the matrix and all of that, let me show you the one move to get out of it. So this one move takes you from here to here. This is where you need to be. I've got to explain the backstory. This here is your zone of incompetence. This is when you're a teenager, you haven't got a clue what you're doing, but you've got to start somewhere. Anytime you start anything, you start in the zone of incompetence. You have to avoid this. There is no value to anyone in you being here, least of all you. This drains your energy in a huge way. You end up feeling exhausted because you're constantly learning and you don't know what you're doing. You have to start here, but you cannot stay here. Next, you move to the zones of competence and the zones of excellence. The zone of competence could be anything. It could be cleaning, flipping burgers, washing cars. It takes almost no skill to do it. It takes almost zero practice to get good at it, and you can get stuck here. This is where poor people live. At the end of a day, doing a job that is in the zone of competence, you almost always want or need a beer to be able to zone out and to be able to refresh yourself, because you're constantly drained of energy. Here, you're trading time for money, you're getting very little money, and you're trading all of your time, and you're stuck and you feel poor. The zone of excellence, you're trading time for money, but you're getting a lot more money for the time that you're trading. This is your middle classes, your doctors, lawyers, barristers, solicitors. These tend to be the people that I help most because they're trapped here, but they're trapped where everyone else thinks they're rich, but they're not really. You can make really good money here, but you are still drained, and at the end of the day, you feel exhausted, and 99% of the time, people get stuck in this zone. And ultimately what happens is, as they start their career, money and happiness goes up, and then they get to a certain point where the money carries on going up, but the happiness plateaus, drops off, and ends up they feel miserable because ultimately they are stuck here and they're still having their energy drained. So how do you move from here to here? Well, this here is the zone of genius. This zone of genius could be anything that you do. Inevitably, it's something that you're very, very good at, something that you've practiced a lot, that looks easy when you do it, but has taken years to hone and refine. This gives you energy. This is the thing that you do that you could talk about every day. You could jump up on a TED Talk platform and you could talk about it without any prep at all. This here is where money becomes infinite, because what you're doing is you're trading your creativity for money, not trading your time for money. For me, this is where I find that God is flowing through me. I help Christians who are stuck here and I get them here. This is a literal magnet for money, because what you're doing is solving people's problems. You're helping them. You're solving their hurts and their pains. And ultimately, they are desperate to give you money to help them with that solution, because it's your zone of genius. You are a magnet for people and their money. This is where wealthy people live, because they're rich and they're happy. Ultimately, professionals who get stuck here will get burnt out and they will feel unhappy in time. This is why divorce rates with professionals are so high, because they're not in their zone of genius. They're in their zone of excellence and they're still trapped. All three of these drain your energy. This one gives you energy. This is what I help people find.